Peace, love, and light, my beautiful guys and goddesses. I am Queen Spirit, and welcome to Veggie Me Please. Because you know, Veggie Me Please is all that you need. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today I have a subject that we are going to be touching on. This is going to be a part of a series because this is something that you just don't want to rush through. I don't want to give you too much information and it overloads you. It's a process. And like I said, we're not running a marathon. This is a journey. It didn't take you a day or a second or an hour to get where you're at right now. So don't think that the journey into becoming the best part of you isn't going to take a little time and a little nurturing, because you have a lot of things that you want to unload. But today, I want to be touching on how to heal from past trauma. How to heal from past trauma. I put a post up on Facebook today, and I asked who would like to learn how to heal from past trauma. We all have some past trauma that we know of and that we have buried and hid that we need to heal from. And the first step, which we're going to talk about today, is letting it go. How do we let it go, Queen Spirit? Well, the first thing is, let me say this, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. You survived the trauma that you went through. You survived it because you're no longer in it. You're no longer dealing with it. So congratulations, you survived it. The first step is recognizing that you don't have to survive the tragedy anymore. You survived it once it happened. And today is a whole nother day. What happened yesterday, you are no longer going through today. Let me say it again. What happened yesterday, you are no longer going through today. Today is a new day. And if you are still going through it today, then that's when you need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, why are you still allowing yourself to go through that? But that's a different time and a different story. We're talking about tragedies that you had that are in the past, that you're no longer going through. When my son passed away, I relived his death for the first 3 years. And on the third year is when I started being more in tune with my healing journey and trying to get back to my better self. And one of the things that I recognized was, if I kept reliving his death, I wasn't going to heal from it. Every death anniversary, every birthday, it was like the day that he died. So what I did was I stopped mourning his death, because he died 4 years ago. Why am I still mourning something that I already went through? I survived it. I didn't die on that day that he passed away, even though I wanted to. For many, many years I wanted to. But I had to realize that I didn't. I survived it. They didn't take me out when they took him out. No, they left me here for a reason. So that's the first step, is to realize and to know that you are no longer going through it. You don't have to keep reliving the death. You don't have to keep reliving the rape. Honey, no, you don't. And this is your harsh reality, because you don't. Because you survived it. You don't have to keep reliving that abusive husband. You don't have to keep reliving that woman that cheated on you or lied to you about being pregnant. Or you don't have to relive that disease or whatever it is. You don't have to keep reliving it, because when you keep reliving it, you keep creating the same pain. It's like reopening a wound. some people who have hurt us, even like my son passing away. Honey, I had to have a moment because I always, sit with myself before I do these podcasts. And I had to have a moment with myself. And we have to learn how to wish people well. Those who have hurt us, those who have passed on. I was upset with my baby. Oh, honey, upset with my baby because he committed suicide. I was upset. But today, I wish them well. You have to learn how to wish people well and truly mean it. That's how you create that goodness in your life. Those good people that's going to wish you well and they're going to mean it. You have to be okay with that person served their purpose. But before you wish them well, grab that gem that they have for you. Because every person that comes in your life is supposed to come into your life. They are in your life for a reason. They are in your life for a purpose. And so because of that, they have something for you. You just have to sometimes look through the bullshit to get it. But even if it's something as simple as remembering the feeling that you had the first time you met them, and to live on that peace and that joy, not all the other stuff, but just that part, then take that part and leave all the rest. Let it go. You survived it. You are no longer going through that. So that is the first step in surviving past trauma, is to know, or releasing past trauma is to know that you survived it. You don't have to keep reliving it. It's gone, it's done, it's over with. You have to let it go. Okay, so how do you remember things that you don't remember, or maybe you have buried? That's when you start doing your shadow work. Your shadow work is when you go back and revisit your past. Look at your shadow. Your shadow is behind you. It's behind you for a reason. It's never in front of you or on the side of you and holding hands with you. No, it's behind you. And it's just a reminder that you have been through some things, or you went through some things, or you've been on a journey. But at the end of the day, it's not for you to continue to keep going back there. No, it's just a reminder. So you go in and you start addressing and remembering those past traumas so that you can let them go. And reward yourself and thank yourself and cry and celebrate that you're no longer going through it. That's the first step in releasing past trauma. Knowing that you survived it. You're no longer going through it. You're no longer with the abuse or the hurt. And like I said, even like when someone passes away, I know it's hard because you miss them. You don't think I miss my son? Well, I don't miss him as much as I used to because I spend time with him often. I talk to him. I meditate and I meet him in my thoughts, in my brain. And we have conversations and I tell him everything that I want him to know. I look at his pictures. I remember the gems. And that's what gets me through it. I don't keep on suffering his death. No, I love me too much for that. And that's where that self-love comes in, that selfish self-love. You have to love yourself more than the tragedy. Why would I love this? God knows. This beautiful vessel, and keep on putting myself through the tragedy. My son is not still here passing away every January 31st. No, he's not. He passed away one time. That's it. And I survived it. So I'm not going to keep on mourning a death that was over 4 years ago. No, he's gone. I'm not going to sit up here and keep on crying over someone who broke my heart yesterday or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. Them people probably don't even think two craps about me. I wish them well. And I truly in my heart want them to be happy. And I wish them well. Whatever their journey is, I wish them well on their journey, because that's how I receive my residuals for what I went through. You wish them well. You don't have to hold on to it. Don't relive it. Don't relive it. Don't sit up there and be thinking about somebody that's done hurt you and broke your heart and wonder if they thinking about you too, or you dragging yourself. And let me tell you something. You know how it storms. We go through storms. This is what you went through, your tragedy. But when the storm ends, the only thing that's left to remind you that it was a storm is the ground might be wet. But it's not still raining. You still sitting out there with these wet clothes on, drenching, smelling like mildew, hair all over your head, feet stinking, you're tired, because you still standing in a storm that has already came and gone. Come on in. Take those wet clothes off. Sit in the tub of water. And just sit there and release that tragedy. It ain't raining no more, baby. It ain't raining no more. The rain has stopped. You survived it. You were supposed to go through whatever you went through, because you are a voice for someone else, to tell them that you survived it, so that they can believe that they can survive what they went through too. It's too many of us out here that's still trying to survive when we already survived. That's why we can't elevate. That's why we can't uplift each other. That's why we can't unite as one, because everybody is in survival mode. Everybody want to talk about slavery and how they had us enslaved, well, our ancestors enslaved. And in a sense, we still are going through the same thing systematically, but we are so-called free. Why aren't we living in our freedom and making something out of that instead of still trying to be survivors? We're not trying to be survivors of slavery because we're not in slavery. We're only enslaved because of ourselves, because we keep thinking we got to survive something. You already survived it. You don't have to keep being in survival mode. It's done happened. Been there, done that. Won't happen again. That's what I'm saying. You have to be okay with you survived it. Celebrate yourself, baby. Don't beat yourself up. Don't let yourself go. Look in the mirror and say, I survived it. That is an accomplishment. You deserve an award. You deserve an award. Go get your nails done. Go get a fresh haircut. Get a pedicure. Go get a massage. Hey, go to the strip club. Whatever you do to, celebrate. Me, when I celebrate, honey, I'm going to buy me some crystals. Yes. And honey, my husband is amazing. He doesn't go buy all the crystals that I want. We have to learn how to start living in our heart and to get out of our heads. The only way that you stay in your tragedy is because you keep thinking about it. This is what you do to stop thinking about it, is you tell yourself, been there, done that. It's in your past. It's done. It's gone. You can't change it. If you can go back in your past and change it, it wouldn't have happened. But it did. But it's over with. Stop thinking about it. You are keeping yourself in your tragedy because you keep recreating your tragedy. It's over. Done. No more. Stop thinking about it. Get inside your heart. Get inside your heart and start living in there and start remembering good things, happy times, even if it's just with yourself. Honey, I have the best times when I'm out buying my crystals by myself because I don't have to be rushed. I can be indecisive. I can walk around the store 5 times and look at the same crystal, and on the 6th time is when I decide to buy it. But that's okay because I'm happy. Find those happy spaces and keep that happy atmosphere in and around you, and then you will start to heal and be on your healing journey. But you, like I said, you can't keep reliving the tragedy. The tragedy is gone. If you had a bad parent, if you was a bad parent, honey, I had my first child when I was 16. And when I tell you, out of all 4 of my children, my oldest is the one that sends me the most praises. And that's the one that I knew was my practice child because I was 16. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was making it up as I was going. And I know I was messing it up. But by the time I had my 2nd and my 3rd, I had matured. I was older and I kind of had a hang of it. But for some reason, well, I know they tell me is I didn't give them enough love. And I that's something that I had to self-check myself about because I worked all the time. I didn't want my kids to go for nothing. Survival mode. I didn't want us to have to go without lights and gas and a house. So I worked 7 days a week so we wouldn't go without nothing. Survival mode. Because growing up, that's what I experienced. So I'm in survival mode so we won't go experience it. I didn't trust that it was going to be okay as long as I kept my faith and I believed. No. I went into survival mode, so I kept occurring and creating things that needed to be done, so I had to work. It was like I created bills, I created this, I created that because I could stay in survival mode. I remember telling somebody at one point when before I started working and I was getting government assistance, my check monthly was about $500 and something, and I made it work. We didn't go without nothing. I made it work. But the moment I started working and my paychecks went from having $500 and something a month to having, say, $500 and something a week when I first started working. So I done quadrupled my money now because I'm getting paid weekly. I'm getting 4 $500 checks and I'm always broke. And it's because I stayed in survival mode, so I was constantly creating new things that I had to survive. Because why, when I had $500 and something, I was okay with surviving, but then when I got $2,000, I still had to survive. We have to let go of those past traumas. We have to know that we are not who we was yesterday. I have people right now, that's mad at me, or I ain't gonna say mad at me, but probably don't speak to me because of who I used to be. And I'm not that person no more. But they would never know it because they still mad at the person I was. You have to learn how to let stuff go. I even had to myself let go of stuff about people that wronged me. And even like I said, it was yesterday. If somebody cut me off, somebody cut me off today when I went to the store, and I wish them well. I didn't get upset because you know what? Your energy is your power. You want to protect your peace and your energy. And there's people out here that are low vibrational, low energy. Oh goodness. And those people are the people that's always complaining, the people that's always gossiping, the people that's always downer Debbies. It's always, no matter how much you give them good, they always got a bad answer for it. If you say here's apple pie, they be like, well, apple pie is just too bitter. I'd rather have something else. It's like I said, it's people out here like that don't understand your level of energy, your level of frequency. You're like a foreigner. You're like a foreign toy. And they want it because they don't have it. I used to always wonder, people everywhere I used to go, for years, from here to my hometown, people always called me Sunshine. And I never understood that. I was like, is it because I'm light-skinned? Or I'm like, what is it? But it's my aura. People say my aura is like sunshine. It's like bright. Now, even though I can't see it, I know what I feel like inside. And inside, I want everybody to be happy. I want love for everybody. I want unconditional love for everybody. I am one of the people that just want everybody to be happy and be loved and la, 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 la. That's me. I live in my heart chakra. And at one moment in time, I probably didn't, because I kept on reliving my tragedies. But once I started releasing my tragedies, I became a better me. I became a better me so that I can be an example for you. And you can be an example for somebody else, because the healing journey is just not a me thing. I mean, myself is me thing, but this whole world needs to heal. We ain't looking good as a team, y'all. We not looking good as a team. We out here at a point now to where we have to have cosmetic surgery just to make us feel good about ourselves. We ain't looking good as a team, y'all. And I'm all for self-love. I'm all for it, but where do we draw the line when we losing our sisters to these BBLs? That the behind that you have right now is not enough. That because you got a little flubber, and I got a lot of honey, my husband love it too. But just because you got a little flubber and you're not wifey material, or you're not commitment material, or you're not even good enough to go on a date. I tell people all the time, no, I'm not gonna say I always, because at one point I didn't think highly of myself, but I never thought about getting cosmetic surgery. I just had a very low self-esteem. But honey, when that veil was moved from my eyes and I seen who I truly was, you're gonna love me for who I am at this moment, and I'll change me for me. I'm gonna change me to be a healthier me. I'm gonna change me to be appealing to myself. But what I'm not gonna do is to sit up here and to try to fit into a society that's only doing it to harm us. Your behind is perfect. It is. Let me tell you that. Honey, if it's flat, if it's fat, if it's leaning to the side, honey, that's your behind is perfect. You better work it. You better work it, because I'm telling you, Tim, Slim, and all of them, they'll holler at you. Tim and Slim, they might even want to marry you. And honey, Slim, you will be his Nubian queen. Don't let these folks fool you. You are perfect, because you are a unicorn. You don't have to follow the pack. One thing about me is, when I get dressed in the morning, I put on what feel good to me. I remember when I used to have to try so hard and extra to try to fit in. And when I stopped trying to fit in is when I found out who I really was, and I was the most comfortable and the most happiest. And that's when I attracted my king. I was my true authentic self. I wasn't who I thought society wanted me to be. I wasn't who I thought a man wanted me to be. I just became myself. And that's when I became my most attractive person. You have to learn how to Release your trauma and love on you. Know that you are the most important person in this moment. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your kids. Because guess what? Once you have finished your turn here on this earth and you're gone, they are still going to be living their lives. You have to take care of you before you take care of anybody else. Sometimes I get up in the morning 2 hours before my husband gets up, just so that I can have some peace and sit with myself, so I can meditate, so I can water myself. Let me tell you something. Water is so important. We come from water. I was trying to find my water bottle. We come from water. We live in our mother's rooms for 9 months in water. Our father's sperm is a liquid. It's water. It's the sperm that creates us. And then we get out in this universe and we drink pop and sugar water and Kool-Aid and all of that stuff. And we don't drink water. If you're feeling down and depressed and anxiety, anything, drink you some water. Increase your water intake. Take you a shower. Immerse yourself in water. Water helps uplift you. When you get down and depressed, the first thing you don't want to do is you don't want to take a bath. But as soon as you get in the shower, you start feeling better. That's another way of releasing. You can get in the shower, and while you're in the shower, you can imagine that everything that has been weighing you down is rolling down the drain. It's rolling down the drain. And just immerse yourself in that water and just sit there until you start feeling better. But drink you some water. You need to drink water. I can't stress that enough. You need to drink water. You need to drink water. Water is the key. Water is the key. But, and I would say be vegan, but I know I ain't gonna take it there. I'm not gonna go that far, not just yet. But you are what you eat. And a lot of these emotions that we are having come from some of the things we have been through, but it also comes from the foods that we ingest. And just thinking about ingesting animals that are murdered and slaughtered so that we can eat them. They are suffering tragic deaths, and those emotions are in the meat that you are ingesting. So it is very detrimental to your mental health and your physical health if you just start self-checking yourself about the things that you eat. Eat with a purpose. Eat with a purpose. Like in life, have a purpose for what you do. You get up in the morning, get up with a purpose. My purpose today is to enlighten as many people as I can, to let people know how to heal from tragedy so that we all can be our over selves and experience unconditional love. To put unconditional love out in the universe, we need more love. We need more caring. We need more understanding. We need more people to unite. And that only way we can do it is if you unconditionally put love out in the universe. And that's my purpose every day, is to cook a great vegan meal, to give some inspirational words, to smile, to appreciate the whole universe from the air to the ground I walk on, to be thankful for everything that is in my life. I get up with a purpose, and it's never to get up and be depressed, or get up and be sad, or get up and be mad, or get up and think, oh, today is a terrible day. No, you have the ability to set the tone for every second of every hour of your life. You just have to do it. Just do it. And like I said, it all starts with self. Can't nobody help you to release anything. I can tell you how to do it. I can give you the blueprint, but I can't release it from you because I'm not inside of you. You have the power. You just have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. Believe in yourself enough to know that you are not going through the tragedy anymore. That's the first step. Survive. You have survived pat yourself on the back, celebrate yourself, go in that bathroom, take you a shower, put on your best dress, get flawless. Y'all know how y'all men be in the mirror. Do that. Pump your muscles, whatever it takes. And tell yourself, yes, I survived that. I am the shit. Get your mojo back. Because you ain't going through the tragedy no more. Stop creating the tragedy that you ain't going through no more. It's gone. It's gone. It's no longer happening. You keep creating it. Don't keep creating it. Let it go. Let it go. Don't keep reliving the funeral. Don't keep reliving them taking their last breath. Don't keep reliving the pain that was caused from the rape or the abuse. Don't keep reliving that, because the pain is gone. You have survived it. You survived it. And if ain't nobody else told you, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. You are strong and you are powerful. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are a purpose. And I am proud of you. So that is part 1 of this session, honey. I hope y'all took notes, rewind, share, whatever you have to do. But we are on this healing journey together, and it's all about self. We are releasing past trauma. It is no longer welcome here. We put it in the hearse, it's gone. It's buried in the gravesite. All right? I love you with all my heart. Peace.